What causes a video game addiction or the compulsion for excessive gaming? I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me tell you, because it all goes back to brain performance and brain performance patterns and what the need that the video game serves for your or your child's brain. So let me just back it up a minute and tell you how brains work. Brains basically have 5 speeds that they use throughout the day to be able to get you into the physical and mental state that you need to be at any given point in the day. So when you're asleep, your brain is as slow as it possibly can go, using extra slow speed so you can get into restorative sleep. When you wake up and you're feeling groggy, your brain is using slow speed. It's called theta. It's also implicated as the biomarker in ADD or ADHD because it's being used too much all day long. Because when you wake up and you're groggy, theta should go down, and then your brain should move into a little bit faster speed called alpha, medium speed. And that's when you're just chilling and you're feeling calm and relaxed. When it's time for you to focus and to get your brain into focus mode for school or for work, your brain has to kick it into low beta. And that's a little bit faster so you can be productive. Then, if something stressful happens, your brain kicks it into fight or flight, which is called high beta. It's also excessive thinking mode. It is stress and anxiety mode. And what happens is then your brain should be able to shift out of that if there's something super stressful, but now you've gotten over it and you get back to low beta productive mode. What happens is when someone's playing a video game, their theta is being reduced because the brain is being stimulated, and the high beta is being reduced because the brain is being calmed for a little bit, that is. So initially it will feel really good to the brain because these 2 speeds are being dampened, and so now they're feeling calmer and more relaxed when they're playing the game. And then inherently the brain releases neurochemicals that will give the person some pleasure and some pain reduction. And so what happens is the first time that feels really great, but then after you play video games more and more and more, the brain builds a tolerance level because it needs more of those neurochemicals to feel the same as it did before when there was lower level of gaming. It has officially been called gaming disorder. Internet gaming disorder was added 2 years ago as a disorder. Honestly, I don't love the word disorder. I don't love the word addiction, but it shows the compulsive nature of the brain needing to go back to video games to feel calm and relaxed. So that's at the root. That's what causes video game addiction, is the brain's need to be calmed and stimulated. And we know that people, usually men and young men or boys in particular, who brains tend to run more towards an ADHD pattern and then a comorbid or coexisting anxiety pattern, those are the brain patterns that crave video games even more. So people who have diagnoses or who have the brain pattern for ADHD and anxiety are more at risk for video game disorder. So how do you prevent it? I'm going to cover that in another video, but quickly in this video is you have to balance the gaming with real life. You have to get your kids, and if you're a man or even if you're a woman, you've got to get yourself out into the real world and participate, especially exercise. Exercise will give your brain a neurochemical release of the same neurochemicals so you can get a similar sort of feeling, but by moving your body out in nature. So that's one way to balance it, but we need to prevent this because this is becoming one of the biggest brain issues that we are going to face, and behaviorally it's going to create a lot of issues for people in the future. So we need to get that gaming and real life balanced, so that everybody's brains can stay healthy and that you can go out and rock out your purpose in your school or your work, in your family and your relationships, because it's been shown to deteriorate relationships, and in your hobbies. So get out there and balance gaming and life. If you need support in that, I'm here for you. Go to drtrishleigh.com. I offer neuro coaching and neuro brain training options of different types of programs so that we can work together, so we can balance the gaming, get your brain healthy, rewire it so it's working better and it doesn't need gaming, so you can ride off into the sunset. Okay, so remember, control your brain or it'll control you.